Good morning. Welcome, my friends and fellow seekers. Welcome to Readings from the Heart. Hello, Carrie. Long time no see on a live. Hey, Enga, good to see you. Hey, Kaz, welcome. If you're new to me or any of my live streams, please feel free to say so. Tell us where you're from, and welcome to our very loving, fun community. Hey, Christina. Oh, so nice to hear that. This is a brand new live, everybody. First time doing a live in the morning for me, and I am really, really excited. And I've got my new tech set up, as you may have noticed. How's the sound? Can you guys hear the music? Okay. Hey, Carrie, so good to see you, my dear. Yes, yes, yes. Kaz is new. Welcome, Kaz. It's a pleasure to have you. Hello, Anami. Am I saying it right? Anami? Anami? Anami. I think that's it. Anami? Is it like that? Anami? Yay. Wonderful to have you guys here today. Good morning. Welcome. How do you, or good afternoon for you, or good evening if you're in Europe. I guess it would be evening in Europe time. Inga, what time is it in Belgium? 18:30 minus 12, 6:30. Okay, that's what I thought. How is the music volume? I had a huge tech test yesterday, all on my own, and uh, it took a long time. The music volume is good, Anami says. Okay, it's nice, Christina. Okay, let me see if you can hear the wheel. Does the wheel click? Okay, Anami says yes, yes. Here's the applause. Yay! All the new tech is working, and I sound good? How do I sound? What if I talk really quietly? If I talk really quietly, can you still hear me? Basically spent an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes yesterday getting all this together. And I'm so excited that it's working. Voice is very good. Yes, I have added what are called filters, a bunch of filters to boost and cancel out. Like, watch, you probably won't even. Can you hear this? Can you hear me snapping? Yeah, but it's not like loud, right? It doesn't like, hey, Maisha, good to see you. Yeah, it'll fade a little bit. The music will fade in and out a smidge. Yeah, I have filters set up so that if I were to suddenly drop something or clap really loudly, it won't hurt your ears. So, yay, everything's working. You can't see me? Can other people see me? That might be on your end, Carrie. Oh, Carrie, you might have to reset the app. Okay, yeah. As far as I can tell from my end, everything is transmitting okay. So try and reset the app. All right. Don't worry, we won't start quite yet. How's everybody? How's everybody feeling? What's going on today? Happy Wednesday. I don't think we have anyone here from the future at this hour. I think all of our friends from down under Oceania, Pacifica, and all that are still sleeping. Yeah, she also may not have updated the app recently. Who knows? I woke up this morning and for the first time in a long time felt really, really sad for some reason. And not like I wanted to cry, but sort of like a, oh. And so I thought about it. I felt into it while I was doing my morning walk. And I realized, you can see, yay, Carrie. And I realized that I'm starting to notice how much I've changed in the last year and how that feels a little as relates to my family, particularly. as well as other people, how that feels a little um, surprising in a certain way. And at first, it made me feel sad because I feel like I'm like, I've always been really different from my family over the years. Although in the last 12 years, when I was living in Rochester, New York, I grew a lot closer to them, and I still have a much, much deeper relationship now with them than I've ever had. Um, but I've always been different. I've always been the different one who sees things differently and sometimes doesn't understand what they're going through. And yeah, and so I realized how much more different I've become since leaving that area. So it was just startling. And then I had so I walked around and I worked through the sadness because it wasn't really sadness. It was me thinking something that was making me sad. And then I just realized, wow, well, the sadness isn't so much as the important thing as what's behind it. And that's when I realized how much I'm appreciating the community that we're building here in Insight Timer, the community that I'm building outside of Insight Timer, and how much I deeply desire to have actual physical community as well. I haven't had community where I've lived with people that I see, touch, hug for like 15 plus years. And so that is something that I'm really, really looking forward to. And that is probably one of my biggest desires. And so by the time I was done with my walk, I realized, yeah, as we grow spiritually, as we follow more of a path of our heart, as we accept and believe more and more that we are creators of our own reality, we do start to live a life that's different from other people. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a right or wrong. It just is. And there are some ways in which as we grow spiritually that like the way I was feeling this morning, like, oh, I'm sort of like leaving my family behind. No, I always will love them. So that's always going to be there. That's not going to change. So I thought I'd share that this morning with you guys. Oh, thanks, Carrie. I'm glad you can see now. I see a Linda and I see a Jerry. Welcome, guys. How are you? Maisha. Totally relate, Greg. It can feel lonely and I isolate at times. Been a bit challenging to stay present, prepping for a road trip and feeling a bit anxious. I'm super excited and also a bit nervous. Well, those sound very normal, Maisha. I can totally relate to that. I've learned a long time ago that nervousness and anxiety are sort of and excitement are kind of the opposite sides of the same coin. So there's excitement, and then on the flip side is nervousness and anxiousness. So it's fascinating when you think about it as a coin that you can just flip and then you can choose to focus on one or the other or feel both. Yeah. So, gosh, I hope the trip goes well, Maisha. Yeah. Hello, Linda. Good morning to you, my friend. So nice to see everybody today. I am so glad all the tech is working, and I even added special text. So there's my teacher profile link. And down here are the days of the week and times of my lives. Yes, the polarity, which is interesting because in my worldview, the polarity slash duality of those two feelings, the heart the mind can see them as two different feelings, but the heart understands that they're a similar energy. They're almost the same energy. It just feels differently depending on how the mind is focusing on them. So the heart has that capacity to hold both the excitement and the anxiety, both the excitement and the nervousness, right? The mind usually can't focus on more than one of the two or three of those. So I find that quite fascinating. The heart's ability and capacity to hold all of our feelings at once. Yay! All righty. I hope you guys are feeling ready for some channeled messages. I actually had a long conversation with my guides this morning, asking them about the feeling I was having and then some other things that I've been learning about. It's actually really lovely talking to them. Although I'm the one talking. Well, I'm the one talking and then listening, I guess. So they don't really talk. So if you're new to me today, welcome. My name's Greg Phillips. I'm an energy healer, a channel, and a spiritual guide for seekers and sensitives who are on the path of the heart. And what we do here today, Readings from the Heart, is all about everybody. When I do a readings live, everybody has a chance at a reading. We put everybody's name on a wheel when they're wanting a reading. Yes, they do speak to me energetically, Carrie. Hello, Melanie. And and then the wheel spins, or I spin the wheel, and the universe decides who gets to go. And whenever you get called on, then you get your reading. And today we're doing channeled messages. And I would like to encourage and challenge everybody to really, if you're seeking a specific, if you're seeking guidance, to really try to get as clear and intentional with it as you can. I realize that that can be challenging depending on where we are mentally, emotionally, and even physically. But why is this important? This is important for two reasons. The first is you get to exercise the spiritual muscle of your intuition for listening in, both for the questions and the answers for the guidance that you seek. And the other is that the more specific and clear you can be with your question and your seeking, then in my experience, the more deeply the reading can address that. When we just ask for general guidance, and sometimes that's all we can come up with, but when we just ask for general guidance, then the reading has to actually, then the energy has to start out much more general, right? So I always encourage folks to try to lock their energy into what the question or the topic or the intention is for the seeking. Good morning, Gary. Good morning to you. Yes, hi to all the new people. Who's new? Raise your hand, say hello. Yeah, hi, Greg or Gary. I'm doing something new, Gary. I decided that I wanted to double up on the Wednesday and Saturday lives because there was a whole bunch of people from the morning, and even in Europe, it's 3 p.m. Mountain here in the US is pretty late for most folks in Europe. It's perfect for our friends in the future down under and in New Zealand, and in the Asian countries, but it's really late for those in Europe. And then for people in the US who are kind of morning birds, or what do you call it? Early birds? Yeah. I just wanted to try a new time and double up and meet more friends and bring more beautiful hearts into our community. So that's what's going on, Gary. Yeah. Hey, Heidi, welcome. Pleasure to have you. Who else is new? Andrea's from Germany. It's much better time now, isn't it? Yeah, 6:30 is kind of either right before or right after supper, depending on when you eat. And some of you in the East Coast. Yeah, Carrie, I'm surprised that well, maybe you have lots to do after after 5 or 6. You like it, Gary? I'm glad. So good. Well, we're gonna do this. Now, one note, even though that's my schedule, I'll say, so next week, the Wednesday morning one is going to be different. I'm actually joining Violet 108. We're going to be doing, she's hosting one of her scripting lives. If you don't know what scripting is, check out my track, The Power and Premise of Scripting as a Tool for Manifestation. I think I said the name of it right. It starts with power and the power and premise. But that's an explanation of what scripting is. It's a type of journaling that we can use to prepave our experience. Prepave our experience means that we energetically get ourselves into a position where we are feeling wise and energetically living and feeling the manifestation that we're wanting right here, right now, as opposed to wishful or hopeful thinking. It's really powerful. So next Wednesday, 10:30 a.m., I'm going to be with Violet. You won't see it on the list of my lives, but it'll be on Violet 108's. So definitely I'm going to type that. She's a lovely teacher and a great friend. We are both a bit techie. That's her name, Violet 108. So definitely, if you're new to her as well, please check her out and come visit with us. That's going to be a lovely collab that we've been thinking about for a little while. Hey, Arena, you just woke up. Oh, it's 5 a.m. there? Oh my. I guess it I guess it'd be really early for Australia, but good morning to you, Arena. Nice to have you. Constance is here too. Who's Constance? Did they say hi? Yes, there you go. Hello, Constance. How are you? So nice to meet new people. Welcome to our loving community, and I hope that you enjoy the live today. I'm coming to you from Utah. It's very hot already. 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Steamy, steam. That's not steamy. It's not humid. It's just warm. I need to turn my fan up, or at least have it blow on me occasionally. Yes, Violet also hosts a huge collab called Ask Your Guides, where she brings together multiple Insight Timer teachers, and you guys get to show up and ask them anything you want. It's a really cool sort of ask them anything format. Which, by the way, once a month I'm doing an Ask Me Anything. So we had our first one early July, and since August is right around the corner, that is coming up soon. But yeah, Violet's Ask Your Guides lives are just lovely. Really great experience if you want to sit with a bunch of Insight Timer teachers at the same time. It's really quite fun. Heidi's in my apiary, so my bees say hello. Oh, I love that, Heidi. How cool. Apiary bees. Wow, that's amazing. Are you in a suit, or how do you do that now? Do you wear like a whole bee suit? Hey, Yvonne, good morning. Nice to see you. Maisha, you're going to be on Ask Your Guides as one of the teachers? Get out. That's so cool. Maisha, tell us a little bit about what you do as a teacher so people can follow you. Please support Maisha if you're interested in what she is about to say that she does. What do you do, Maisha? Oh, this is exciting. I love supporting other teachers. Good. We are about ready. We'll just wait another minute or two. I'm going to clear the old list. Anami, I would truly appreciate a reading and feel I do very much need one, but I do have to leave for work in half an hour. I suppose we shall see if the universe wants me to hear something today. Well, I'm sure if you hold your intention, I will add you to the list, Anami. But if you hold your intention purely and clearly as you can in your heart, at some point, if you just believe and trust, the universe will give you an answer, whether it's here today on my live, somebody else's, or who knows, some random encounter out in the world. Maisha's excited. She does somatic meditative journeys. Wow, very cool. Combining somatic embodiment and at times IFS, internal family systems. Okay. That's a method I don't think I've heard of. Sounds amazing, Maisha. Inga says, yes. So if you're interested in that, my friends, it sounds super cool. Please do check out Maisha. Give her a follow. Yeah. It's a little hard to see, but am I seeing yay, Greg, for the link? You are. I wasn't sure what size to make the text. You might have to turn, if you're on like a long, tall phone, turn it sideways, and it might be a little bit better to see those. I'm still working on that. All right, it's time to make a list, my friends. I have Anami, Gary, Carrie. Who else would like a reading today, or at least get on the list for one so the universe has a chance to pick you? Inga, I knew you were going to say that. Constance, wonderful. Kaz, Heidi, Paula, Andrea, Melanie, Irina. Hi, Julie. Amanda. Oh, you're new. Wonderful. We'll add you to the list. Maisha. Awesome. Am I saying that right, Maisha? Or is it more of a Maisha? Yep, Maisha. Okay, so a long E. Okay, cool. Let me see if I missed anybody. I've got Anami, Gary, Carrie, Inga, Constance, Kaz, Heidi, Paula, Andrea, Melanie, Irina, Julie, Amanda, and Maisha. Who'd I miss? What disappears? Linda's going to leave a spot for another because you're cleaning out your fridge. What disappears, Inga, when I turn sideways? My, huh, Sunday times. When I turn sideways. Okay. Well, those are new to me. I'm not quite sure what to make of them. I don't want to fiddle with the tech right now, but I will work on it in between this morning's live and this afternoon's live. One PC is perfect. Yeah. Okay, my friends. Anybody else wanted to get on the list? Oh, on the PC, it's perfect. Okay, it looked fine to me on my iPod last night, but who knows? Everybody has a different device. I'm not really sure. I will adjust it, Inga, for the next one. Oh, can I move them right now? Let me see. You're saying they get cut off or they just completely disappear? Let me drag this over just a smidge. Shouldn't matter when I turn sideways, but it happens. All right, there we go. Last call for extra names on the list before I spin. If you're brand new and you just came in, if you're interested in a reading, what I do is I use a spin the wheel app. Everybody has a chance at it. And when I spin the wheel, we let the universe decide who gets picked. So if you do get called on, we will celebrate you first and be excited for you. And then you can ask a question or state a topic or an intention. And if you didn't come in earlier at the beginning, I wish I could disappear when I turn sideways. Linda says, you're a hoot. I love it. Actually, you can because you can't see anyone. So if you can't see anyone, then no one can see you. So technically, you are invisible. Technically, from one brainwave way of thinking. Anyways, yeah. As I was saying, I encourage everybody to get as clear and specific as possible for the question that they seek because you will have it increases the chance of a much deeper and more specific reading. So I encourage everybody. Oh, Jerry, yes, we need to add Jerry. Thank you. Encourage everybody to uh, try to be as specific as possible and avoid using general guidance. Although if that's the best you can come up with, then we run with it. All right, my friends, let's drop in for a moment before I spin the wheel. Feet flat on the floor. Hands resting comfortably and easily on your lap. That is if you're sitting. If you're walking, standing, moving, busy doing something, that's fine too. Just become slowly and mindfully aware of how your feet are touching the ground, the floor beneath you. Whether you are sitting or standing, our feet almost always are touching the floor. Close your eyes and take a moment to feel into the connection of your feet to the floor to the rest of the building, to the foundation of the building, the foundation connection to the land underneath, the land as part of Mother Earth. Just breathe in that beautiful, loving, foundational strength and support from Mother Earth. Breathe it right into your legs, right in through your feet. Acknowledge and know very deeply that the earth is always present, always available, always there, supporting us, providing solid ground for us to walk on. Miles and miles and miles deep worth of dirt, rock, stone, other ingredients that make up the crust of the earth all the way down to the magma melting core. There's just so much physical support for each and every one of us. And it is always and forever there, even when we are sleeping or laying down. The very legs of the bed or the couch that we might lay on are touching the floor, are touching the foundation, are touching the earth. And just breathe in this beautiful support. And then gently turn your mind's eye upward into the sky and allow the light of the sun, no matter what the weather is in your area, the sun is beaming down always and forever. And allow that sunlight to beam right into the top of your head, filling your mind with beautiful golden sunlight. And feel the wisdom, the insight, the spiritual support that comes to you. More so when you seek it willingly, asking for it. And feel the lightness and the brightness, the warmth of this light filling your head, filling your mind. And with both of these energies swirling in your body, the beautiful support from the earth and the beautiful light from the sky, take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. And on the next deep breath in, feel the energies, breathing those energies roll the way into your heart. And one more deep breath in. With your mind's eye to focus in your heart space and feeling these beautiful supportive energies of earth and sky, and allow them to swirl around your heart space, bringing wisdom, insight, knowledge, love, support. And within all that vibration, allow your question, whatever it is, the guidance that you seek, allow your question to bubble up from the very depths of your heart, supported by all of this amazing energy. And perhaps it's one word or a short phrase, perhaps it's an entire sentence, or maybe it's just a feeling or an image. Trust that whatever it is what is wanting guidance for you today. And hold that in your heart as I spin the wheel. The wheels are spinning. The first lucky winner of the Wheel of Good Guidance today is Kaz. Yay, Kaz! Congratulations. You are our first seeker of guidance. Woo! Yay! Fantastic. All right, Kaz. What guidance do you seek today? How can I be of assistance? Good morning, Stephanie. Yes, Stephanie, I'd be happy to add you. It's a perfect timing. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, the wheelorama, the wheel of good guidance. Hello, Hannah from Tasmania. My goodness gracious, it's early for you, my dear. Very good. Okay. Kaz asks, what do you need to hear? Sorry, it's so general. It's the best I can do. What do you need to hear? Do you have a topic in mind when you ask that question? Hello, Trisha. Good afternoon. Yes, you can also be added. 3 a.m., Hannah. My goodness. So, Kaz, is there a specific topic that you can feel in your body? Health, living life. Okay. See, we're able to get a little more clarity. So would you say then that it would be accurate to say that your question is, what do I need to hear regarding health or living your life? Would that work? Wheel of good fortune. That's what Gary originally called it. I like to call it the wheel of good guidance, but the wheelorama is actually pretty fun too. It is, Linda, isn't it? Linda says it's fun to see so many new faces in the bubbles at this time. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I started a morning live. I wanted to meet new people, new hearts that are craving the kind of loving community that we are building. Anyways, Kaz, all right, my dear, my friend. Sorry, I don't know your gender. My apologies. Yeah, you can still be a dear even if you're a male or non-gendered, because it's about the quality of the affection that's coming from me. All right, let's see. Guides and counsels have been placed over me to message for Kaz. Yeah, loving the highest good. Mm, they're sending you so much love, Kaz. Hmm. Hmm. The very first thing that they gave me was that your health is a matter of perception. And they're saying that when you see yourself healthy, when you feel the emotions that you would associate with healthy, then energetically you are living from a state of health and well-being. Health is a matter of perspective. I understand that that can be challenging to, what's the word, digest mentally. But when we think about how the cells of our body truly are just energy, energy manifests in a human form. Every single cell is comprised of atoms, which are really just energy. They're coming into form based on how we focus, based on our perspective. And so when we have physical challenges or health challenges, it's very easy for the mind to lock onto those as evidence of not being healthy, when the reality is that health is our birthright. The well-being of the greater field of love is available to all of us. And it's difficult to learn this new perspective on health if we've been busy practicing or looking at how the body is wrong or broken or not well. But the true essence of what they're reminding you, because you already know this, Kaz, this is something that you might not have remembered for a long time. They're also they're also suggesting that you be very mindful of the stories you tell around your health. When somebody who cares about you, or whatever degree, calls or texts or writes and says, "How are you? How's your health?" In that moment, you have a choice of the story that you wish to tell. Again, your health is a matter of perspective. So some people won't understand as you begin to tell new stories. It's just the way things go. But if you wish to feel better, then telling better feeling stories about your health and living your life is really a great place to start, and not always an easy place. But let's use an example. Hi, Kaz, how's your health? Well, this hurts, and this other thing is still an issue, and the doctors haven't resolved this, and there's really there's really no answers here, and I'm really, really not sure what's going on with any of it, and I'm just really frustrated, and I'm at my wit's end with it. That's one story. I'm not sure what your health situation is, so I can't really speak to specifics in an example. What's another example? Hi, Kaz, how's your health? You know, I am really feeling good today emotionally. Yes, I still have pains, I still have aches, and I'm actually really listening to my body. I've been learning a lot lately. When I have a certain pain or ache, or when I'm feeling the symptoms, I'm really starting to have a conversation with them. And it's really quite fascinating because I'm getting to learn maybe about beliefs that I had, or ways of thinking that I didn't realize that I'd habitualized. And yeah, for today, nothing's changed physically, but I actually am feeling hopeful that there's the possibility of change down the road. Now, that could shock some people when you share that way, if historically and traditionally, and this is true for any of us, if we've been sharing from the story of everything that's wrong, people are gonna be a little surprised. They might even say, well, aren't you being a little optimistic? Or maybe you're being a little Pollyannish. And it doesn't really matter what they think about your health. It doesn't even matter what the doctors think about your health. It matters what you think about your health, because what you think about your health determines how you feel and determines the energetic vibration that you are sending to the cells throughout your entire body. And that is what they're responding to. So if we continue to tell the stories, and this is true of any topic, not just health or life, this could be money, relationship, anything, if we continue to tell the stories of how the doom and gloom of our lives, then our cells and all of our manifestations are going to listen to that. And so, and this is all just me talking about this topic from my point of experience, but based on what the guides are saying about your health is a matter of perspective. So, Kaz, how is that resonating? Yes, I bet it has. I bet it has. You are welcome to share more specifics with us if you want. We have a very loving community here. Everybody loves to support each other, as open-hearted as we can be. But if you don't feel comfortable sharing more specifics, that's fine. Again, this is an opportunity to practice telling a different story. And again, I'm not attached to being right or wrong about any of these things, any of this assistance, that I'm just trying to be helpful. It may not resonate. I'm just here to be of service, basically. Wise words, Christina said. Oh, thank you, Christina. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Inga, ooh, wow. That's how I handled my journey while beating breast cancer, and people were always so surprised that I was so cheerful. Yeah, you know what? It makes the mind thinks it's ridiculous. I'm just going to be honest with you about this. The mind thinks it's ridiculous to do that. But that's because the mind wants to run the show. And when we really follow the lead of the heart, it's a different experience. When I lost everything at the end of 2008 and throughout 2009, there was a point in February of 2009 when I was sleeping in my car, and this was a day or two before my birthday. And I was sleeping in my car in Malibu, California, and thinking to myself at 8 p.m. at night or 9 p.m., whatever it was when it was getting dark. And I was thinking, oh my God, Greg, what the hell, what the F have you done? How have you stooped so low? This is horrible. And I was leading myself mentally into a full-on panic attack. And at that moment, I realized I have a choice of how to look at this. Yes, I have lost everything. Everything I own is in the back seat of my car. And then the minute I thought that, I realized, oh, wait a minute. If I want anything, all I have to do is roll over in my beautiful, comfy sleeping bag, reach in the back, and I can grab it. And for some reason, that ridiculous, silly thought made me feel better. And then when I was feeling a little bit better, I don't know why it felt comforting to know that everything that I owned was reachable by just reaching in the back of the seat. But it made me feel more comfortable. It made me feel a little more safe and secure. And then I was able to begin to basically, as those know about my love bomb track, I was able to begin to do a lesser version of a love bomb, which was basically find things to appreciate. And the minute I started appreciating my pillows and the beautiful sleeping bag that I had, and how comfortable and warm I felt, and how I really did feel all snug and a bug in my Mini Cooper convertible. I'm 6'2". It's a small car. Um, the next thing I know, I was waking up in the morning and had had a full night's sleep. So that's an example that I offer as the power of the mind, the power of when we focus the mind in a better feeling direction. Yeah. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hannah once heard that the word anatomy can be broken down into an atom, me, because we are all made up of atoms. Oh, I love that. I love that, Hannah. Yes, Carrie, positivity instead of negative, but negative positively instead of, yeah, it's not even about that. It's about feeling incrementally better. It's fine, Kaz. You do not need to share. I mean, if it's something you want to share privately, feel free to reach out to me either through direct message or one of my other contacts from my link. So, but how are you feeling about your reading? Gwen loves that example. It doesn't deny what's going on, but it still sure shifts it. Yeah, yeah, Gwen, well said. Absolutely. Yep. Awesome. Kaz, thanks for the hearts. Many blessings to you. Let's get ready to spin again and see who else the universe will pick. See, I've had a lot of people say, oh, you're just using the power of positive thinking. No, it's not the power of positive thinking. It's the power of positive feeling, but I really like to say it as the way I did. The power of just feeling incrementally better. Because here's the thing, and Carrie, you're next. Oh my God, how exciting! We haven't had a reading for Carrie in months because of the time challenge for her. Yay, Carrie! You're the next contestant from the Wheel of Good Guidance. Yeah, it's the power of positive thing. Because if think about it this way, energetically, if you are fearful, sad, anxious, depressed, angry, it is a huge leap It is a huge vibrational frequency wise. If we were to measure the frequencies of these, the vibration of this is so low, I don't even know what the number would be, but let's say it's 10 hertz or kilohertz, or I don't know what it is. I don't know, 10 hertz or something, right? And let's say love is 1,000 hertz. Well, think about that difference, my friends. That's 990 hertz difference. That is a huge leap. You can't just go from anger, sadness, fear, depression, anxiety to love, but you can go from sadness to anger. You can go from anger to frustration. You can go from frustration to awkward and uncomfortable, discomfort, dis-ease. You can go from discomfort to curious. You can go from curious to accepting. You can go from accepting to getting a whiff of hope. And once you get a whiff of hope, as Abraham has said many, many times over the years, once you get a whiff of hope, then it's a lot easier to go up to gratitude. And then above that is appreciation and joy and love. Appreciation, joy, and love. Those are the three predominant emotions that you're wanting to generate by the way in which you focus your mind. Gratitude's good, but you want to go farther than that. Gratitude has still a little bit of vibration in the past, a little bit of focus on things that you might not want to focus on. But when you think about something that you love, when you think about something that just brings you absolute joy without question or comment or criticism, or people, places, and things that you deeply appreciate, then you are at that high vibration. But you can't make that leap from way down here. So you have to do it incrementally, feeling better. It's the power of feeling a little bit better at a time. And your mind has the ability to do that. It's been built to be able to do that. All right, enough of that. I could go on and on and on about that. Thank you, Kaz, for your question. Thank you for your seeking. We really honor and appreciate it. And thank you for being here. All right, what do we got? Kez says, I always thought I was a positive person, but if you're getting this message to give to me, I maybe should investigate and look deeper. You may be a positive person. A lot of times we think that we're doing our best in terms of how we're focusing, but there's a belief in the way. I recently had that experience when it comes to the abundance of the universe. I've discovered a couple beliefs in the last few weeks that would actually shocked me. And one of them was really old. And it made me initially kind of like, oh, I don't want to believe that. And then I was willing to believe differently and started to look for evidence of of ways to believe differently of it. And it's been a beautiful shift for me, and it's still happening, quite honestly. So yeah, maybe there's something more there, or maybe that message, I don't know. But thank you. All right. Carrie, dis-ease. Carrie, I would like to know what I can do to understand what my gifts are. It's funny. It's funny. I didn't know you were going to ask that, but then as I started reading the question, even before I got to the word gifts, I don't know, just intuitively knew. But then again, we've been having conversations on that. All right, fantastic, Carrie. Beautiful question. Thank you for your question. Guides and counsels have in place. Message for Carrie, so I may be of loving service. There's a lot of different feelings coming through, but I need some time to sift and sort through them, Carrie. Let me see. Well, the first thing that comes through is persevere and stay the course. They're showing me an image of, They're showing me the image of a spot in a garden where a seed has just been planted, and they're showing a watering can, and the water, it's actually really beautiful. The water is sort of coming out of the can. It's at the perfect angle where the water doesn't like gush out of the I don't know what you call maybe Linda can tell us, but the nozzle, the nozzle of the can that has the little spray spouts, the little spray holes. And I'm just seeing that the water is sort of just cascading out like a waterfall. And I mean, it's all the individual streams coming out of the watering can. But the essence, the energy behind this image is this one of what's the word? Hmm, I can't think of the word, but nurturing. So there's yeah, they're just dealing with images right now and not really words. So I'm having to sort of sort through this, but there's this. You've planted a seed, Carrie. You've planted a seed. You've probably planted multiple seeds, but you've planted a seed, and it's really important to nurture the growth of that seed, right? You're wanting to have rich soil. You're wanting to have compost around it to support it. You're wanting it to have the right amount of sunlight. But there's this, for some reason, this watering can, it's just not stopping. And so it's like you need oh, interesting. So they just gave me a sense that you're, oh, wow. Something fear related is holding you back from watering this seed. Does that resonate? I have no idea what that means. You're welcome, Kaz. Thank you so much for your question. Carrie, does that mean something specific? I have no clue what that means. Something fear related is in the way of you watering your seed. Can you enlighten us? What does that mean for you? Because it's to me it seems kind of obscure, but it was very energetically, it was very poignant. No, this oh mm, it could be the spout's blocked, but what what is the fear? Hi, Violet. Good to see you in your little bubble. What's the fear, Carrie? Let me see if they have anything else to add. Oh my God, they're giving me this energy of if you can just embrace this fear and move through it, then you weren't just watering a seed. There's tons of flowers sprouting up from a continued watering, but this fear is in the way. Your age. Am I too old? Are you too old? I can tell you no to that, but that just because I say that doesn't mean that you'll believe it. Yes, I know you have, dear. Good to see you. Carrie, mm, hmm. Does anyone know how old Moses was? Any of our brilliant researchers there want to Google how old Moses was when he led the people through the desert? Jenny, I thought that was you. I could feel it. Over 100? Moses was over 100 when he led the people from the desert? Can somebody look this up for us? Google shows 80. Thank you, Christina. He was 80. Carrie, he was 80 and he led an entire nation of previously enslaved people through the desert back home, right? What other prophets were there? What other prophets were there? Jeremiah, Isaiah. You have many years as you want. Why would age matter? Seriously, let's follow this line of inquiry. Why would age matter? Thank you, Jenny. Really had to work on it yesterday. Why would age matter? Do any of you care what age I am? Anybody? Amanda doesn't care how old I am. Melanie doesn't. Carrie, you don't care how old I am, and I'm 10 years younger than you. Gwen's curious. I'm 60, believe it or not. It's not important to Inga. So, Carrie, oh boy, who gave you this thought, Carrie? This, oh my God, the guides are very, very clear that this is not your own. Name it, claim it, and aim it. This, you're naming it. You're scared of what people will think about you being your age. First of all, you don't need to tell anybody how old you are. I do it sometimes as a shock value because everybody thinks I'm in my 40s, and so it's a little fun. But also, I'm such a kid at heart, people think I'm younger. But that's just me. But somebody told you this, somebody instilled this belief in you. So where did this belief come? Yeah, the guides are really clear that this isn't your own. Where did it come from? Oh, I love that, Amanda. Never too old to follow your heart. Never too young to follow your heart. Nancy's 72 and she's not letting it stop her journey. Right. But there's something that Carrie learned from outside of herself that has created this belief that is keeping you from watering all the seeds. Like, I don't even like when they showed me the clearing of this and how the water just, oh, there were so many flowers popping up from that one spot that was being watered. Like, so I guess they're showing this as an encouragement for clearing this fear block. Yeah. So, Carrie, this is really the line of inquiry. Feel the fear, my friend. I know that that can be challenging because I know how, because of our previous conversations, I know how strong this intention is in you to figure out your gifts. That the energy I'm getting is that they're there, just like a seed that is there, but we don't see the seed once it's been put in its garden hole, right? I don't know. How do you do that, Linda? You dig a little hole, right? You use your trowel, you dig a little hole, and then you put the seed in and you cover it up. The seed's still there. Just like when the clouds are in the sky and it's stormy, the sun is still there. But the thing for you here is feeling this fear. I know there's this urgency, kind of, maybe that's the wrong word, but there's this, I think consistency might be a better word. I mean, okay, sorting through this. Your insistency to find your gifts is you getting ahead of the cart or putting the cart before the horse. So the reality is when you can really drop into more of this fear and then really pursue a line of inquiry about where did it come from? When was the first time maybe that I heard about this fear? Or where was the first time I felt this fear? Did you start feeling this fear 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Where did this come from? What was the origination? And it's the super specifics don't necessarily matter. But then the real big piece is feeling this fear. So, like, I'll give you an example of what I did recently. Last week, I realized that I believed that people on the planet are inherently stingy. I hate saying it out loud because that's a belief that I do not want. but that's what I got in touch with. And then a few days later, as I was holding that, not like thinking about it too heavenly, but just sort of holding it in my space and being like willing to believe differently, but not knowing what to replace it with. So just holding that very lightly, very loosely, very lovingly. Here's my belief. It's an old belief. I don't want to. Oof, yeah, feel how it's stroking me. It's an old belief that I don't want to believe anymore. I don't even know where it came from. Probably my parents, probably from my grandparents living through the Depression, my parents being born in the Depression, and the way they went through the energy crisis of the 70s and the way my dad dealt with money. Sure, all of that's kind of whatever. The reality was, I identified a new belief that I didn't want anymore, and I was willing to believe differently. So as I held it lightly, loosely, and lovingly, I suddenly realized on a walk that the belief wasn't about people, that the belief was about the universe as a whole. And with all the work I've been doing around abundance, I was shocked that I didn't make the connection that not only is the universe abundant, but it is very, very generous with its abundance. It is a giving, loving universe. And I've always known that it's a loving universe. Now I believe it's an abundant universe. And now I'm beginning to believe that it is a generous, giving universe. And this is coming from somebody who has almost always, not my whole life, but at least for the last 30 plus years, 30-ish years, maybe 20 to 30 years, for the last whatever time, has believed in a loving universe, not a fearful, punishing universe like I did when I was a child. So even though I believed in a loving universe, I never put two and two together about it being generous and giving in its love and abundance. And this has broken my perception wide open in a whole new way. And that's the first time that's ever happened in my 60 years, right? So you can follow a similar line of inquiry. Here's this belief. Try to get clear on what the belief is, my friend, and then just hold it lightly, gently, lovingly in your heart. You don't have to obsessively think over it. You're not trying to solve a puzzle. You're trying to hold space for this fear, this belief, whatever this underlying belief is behind the fear, holding space for reincorporating this belief, like not reincorporating, sorry, sorry, I said that totally wrong. For reincorporating the energy, for reintegrating the energy so that you can believe something different, or that you can create a space in your heart for a different belief to come in, and then you can own that. Does that make sense? Let me see what you guys are saying. Carrie doesn't know. Oh my goodness. Amanda, someone planted a seed of doubt among all those flowers. Nice thing is you can weed it out. Yeah, Amanda, absolutely. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Sarah, interesting. Just had a reading done this week talking about this. I saw the end goal skipping right over the steps. Yeah. When we have these blocks, my friends, we don't have to take a chainsaw or a jackhammer at them. That's not going to do anything because the blocks have been created from a resistance. And when we take a sledgehammer or a jackhammer or try to saw it out, we're just bringing more grit and more resistance to it. But when we're just like, oh, hello, I see you, belief. I acknowledge that you're old. I don't like how you feel. Just be honest. I don't like how you feel. I don't. Do you, Carrie? Do you enjoy being scared about your age when it comes to your gifts? Does that feel good? I don't think so. I think you can easily say, I don't like how this feels. No, exactly. Be straight with it. Be clear with it. Be honest with it like a loving friend. Be honest with it like you're being honest with us. Not that you're dishonest. I'm just saying it's easy when we have a fear to not want to think about it because it doesn't feel good. But it's okay to think about it. It's okay to think about how we feel. It's okay to feel about how we think. And in this instance, you're wanting to just hold a loving, allowing space for this. Oh, I'm scared of what other people will think about my age. What does this belief mean? What is the belief underneath this? I believe that people will not accept me. I believe that people will not understand me. I believe that people will not approve. What is it? It's something about you is relating to other people. I don't believe I'm good enough. And then when you dig, not hard, but when you dig a space and open it and hold it and allow the heart to do the inquiry, you can use the mind to focus a bit, but allow the heart to do the inquiry. What is this? What is that this root of? Oh, okay. Gosh, it's just self-worth and self-confidence, maybe. Fear of death can be as big as age for some people. Indeed, Sarah. Yeah. Maybe people won't believe me, think I'm weird. Who else has had that thought? I have. Do you know I was nervous this morning? Why was I nervous this morning? Because I was doing a new time for a live that I've been doing for a while now at a different time. It's just an additional time. I was nervous because it was new. It was unfamiliar. I was so scared when the day before I did my first live. And you know what? I went to a live with Susan Sage the day before I did my first live ever in December. And I asked for some guidance about going live. And she said, have fun with it. Be lighthearted. Hold the perspective that you're just going to show up and meet new friends. And I was like, oh, that's right. Because that's ultimately what I want is meeting new people, meeting new friends, forming community, and have fun doing it, sharing my gift. Oh, okay. And that first live was a great experience. I was so nervous right at the beginning, but that first live was a great experience. And here I am, what, December to January, February, March, April, May, June, July. What is that? 7 months later. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Carrie, I am weird. Compared to conventional thought, I'm absolutely weird. Look at that. Sarah sees age as wisdom. Oh, how do you say your name? Melon. Oh, with a double I. Very cool. Melanie. Nice to meet you too, Melanie. Welcome to the live. Gary says, Carrie, do you actually think that you are too old? I know that, Greg, and I don't think you are. It's true, but it doesn't matter what we think we are because of her basic underlying belief around this. Carrie does feel wise. My age has given me wisdom. Absolutely. Stephanie's weird. Carrie's weird. We're all weird. Carrie, there's an underlying belief there, and I don't think we can get to it in this live today. But I think you're I sense that you're understanding this line of inquiry, and I know in my heart that you have the ability to hold space for this. And when you hold the space for it with loving allowance, my dear friend, with loving allowance and embrace not just the fear, but the underlying belief, then you will see it for what it is, and you can foster a willingness to believe differently. And that creates a space to allow in a new way of believing. But you have to show up for that. And I know you have the capacity to do it. Yeah, I know you will track it down. I can feel it. And the console wouldn't show me this image of all the flowers bursting forth. I really have to believe that that was an important piece of the imagery because you're so close to this, right? But for the moment, my friend, forget about trying to figure out what your gifts are and just be lovingly allowing and present with this fear and the underlying belief. And I 100% convinced that in a matter of days, if not sooner, you will be on a shifting of this. And then when you have passed through and have acquired a new belief, whatever this might be, you'll phrase it however you determine or feel is right for you. When you have acquired that new belief, then everything will be freed up. The watering can will finish watering the flowers and they'll burst forth. And then you'll be like, oh, smack. I almost swore. Oh, smack. There's my gifts. But you can't see them right now. You can't see them right now because of the underlying beliefs. So stay with holding not holding a space for that and trust that the rest will be revealed. I love this for you, Carrie. I'm just super freaking excited for you. This is really real powerful, and I'm so glad you got called on because I know that this has been, you know, in your mind and in your heart for a while. Yeah, lots of love to you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, Hannah, I can get you on the wheel. Anybody else want to get on the wheel before I spin again? Please do speak up. What is the wheel for those who are new? It is the Wheel of Good Guidance. It's just a fun little app, wheelofnames.com. And I add everybody into the wheel and then spin it, and we let the universe decide who gets to be picked. My dear friend Jenny. Yvonne C. Yvonne, your C is showing up today. Fascinating. Jessica, no problem. Melanie with two eyes. Oh, Stephanie, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Sarah, you want to be on? Gwen, you don't have to have a question to get on the wheel, but it certainly helps to get the best reading, mostly because you get you when you put your energy behind a question, when you have it get as clear and intentional with your question as you can, like Carrie's was. Carrie's was a great example of a clear, intentional question. Then the energy that I channel, the guides and the group that I channel can kind of like hone right in on it. Otherwise, we sort of have to hunt around a smidge, if that makes any sense. Melanie? No, there's a Melanie. There's a Melanie with two eyes at the end of her name. You're Melanie with an IE. Oh, I'm glad you get a lot out of listening, Glenn. So do I. Such a nice thing to just absorb through spiritual osmosis. All right. Anybody else want to get on the wheel before I spin again? We probably have time for one more reading, maybe two, and we have 21. May I? Yes, you may. Melanie IE is on the wheel. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna shuffle one more time. And we're spinning the wheel of good guidance. My friends, thank you so much for being here today. Welcome again to all the new people. We love meeting new people. If you would like to connect with us in any way, you can follow my link. Hopefully you can see that. You might have to turn your phone sideways to see it better. That's my link there. That's the link that's on my Insight Timer profile, my teacher profile. I decided to put it into the lives because some people are having trouble finding that, but everything about me is there. My YouTube for where I record all my lives and I put them up. I'm recording this one. So you can connect with us there. There's even a link to connect with our group. You can also find the group, the Insight Timer group, on my profile on the home tab all the way at the bottom. We have a lovely group called Circle of Love. We'd love to have more people join. If you are looking for community in and outside of Insight Timer, you can also follow some of my other links for some of the other stuff I'm building. And if you're curious about the times I go live, am I pointing that good? Yeah, right there. Right down there. I think that's where it is. Am I pointing to the right places, guys? Because everything's flipped on my screen. Anyways, that's my live schedule. It's all mountain time because I'm in Utah. One thing to note though, next Wednesday at 10:30 a.m., I am not going to be hosting my own live. I am joining our dear friend Violet 108 who I think is still here. She is. She's just working busy. She's hosting one of my favorite of her lives, although I like all of her lives, which is a live about scripting. If you don't know what scripting is, it's a beautiful journaling tool that you use to help your manifestations, basically to bring miracles into your life. And she swears by it. She's been doing it for a long time. She holds a live where she teaches about it, and we get to actually do it right during the live. And I have a wonderful track in my tracks explaining the power and the premise behind scripting. So please do come check us out next Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. my time. I think I have that right. Yeah, I think it's 10:30 my. Let me look. I think I got that right. Yes, 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 you're right. Thank you, Violet. I was sometimes not doing the yes, I'm really excited to do this together. Sometimes I can't do the time zone math in my head really quickly. Also, I am hosting I'm so excited about this. Oh, cool, Stephanie. Oh, she says we're on a mental wave. Greg, we're on a mental wave. I was thinking absorbed when listening to lives. Yeah, I love absorbing it. Oh, yes. Very, very, very excited about this. I have been wanting for months now to host a community-wide open access Zoom call for everybody, basically doing what we normally do here. I am calling this the Celebrate Love Party. This is going to be a monthly event. It's free. I mean, it's suggested donation, but it's free to the whole community. And you can sign up for it at my link. Look for it. It'll be at the top. And this is going to be August 1st at 3 p.m. So it's coming up really soon. If you would love to enjoy the camaraderie, and it's truly a much deeper and more intimate experience. I get that people could be a little scared of that, but it is really lovely to all be together on Zoom. And I've done this before with a smaller group, but I've got room for 99 people, although a couple of people have already signed up. So I would love to I am inviting all of you. I would love for you to consider it if you want to do that. What's beautiful about this is we're going to do an energy journey. So I do sacred energy journeys as well. We're going to go on an energy journey, and then afterwards I'm going to open it up for basically readings like this. And it's really, really wonderful because you can actually when you share your question through your voice, I actually can connect your energy even better than what I'm doing here on the lives, because we all have a unique frequency associated with our voice called our soul note. And I love this idea. I love this concept of soul note, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the soul note means that truly, truly, in our truest essence, we are unique. Each and every single one of us are unique because we have a unique frequency to our voice. How freaking cool is that? That our voice is part of who we are as a unique individual. So I just love this idea. Anyways, you're more than welcome to come to it. If you don't feel like it, that's great. It doesn't matter to me, but I would love as many people as possible. And it is camera optional. I get that some people do not want to see others or be seen. That's totally cool. You can just come onto the Zoom call and lurk for all I care. It's all good. So everybody is welcome and invited. August 1st at 3 p.m. All right. Enough of that. It looks like Jerry is the next contestant on the wheel of good guidance. Yay. How long is the Zoom? It's going to be about an hour and a half to 2 hours, Yvonne. And just like a live, you can come and go as you please. Honestly, it's really open-ended. Thanks, Stephanie. I love that too. Yay, Hannah signed up for the Zoom party. Thank you for doing that. Very good. Jerry, you are up. Is Jerry still here? Do we have Jerry's bubble? Where's Jerry's bubble? I don't see Jerry's bubble yet. Amanda says, I'm needing to run some errands, so I'll be listening like a podcast. Okay, super cool. I won't be able to type, so I can be removed from the list. No problem, Amanda. Thank you for letting us know. Jerry. Oh, you're on a walk, Jerry? Okay. Well, then we'll go me and Amanda and remove her. Okay. Well, I guess we'll spin again, my friends. This is exciting. I love the wheel. Thank you to Rev J, fellow teacher and dear friend who suggested the wheel. Oh, Heidi, just go to my link here at yegreg.com. That's my teacher profile link. And right at the top of that, that's my link tree. Right at the top of that is a link to the Celebrate Love Party. Anami, are you still here? Anami is here. I see her bubble. Anami, the wheel has called you. Hi, Pamela. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Jerry, enjoy your walk. Anami, calling Anami. 88. I love that. I love replicating, duplicating numbers. Thanks, Maisha, for pointing that out. Anami, I know I see her bubble somewhere. Where are you, Anami? Give her another minute and then I'll spin again. How's everybody doing? Oh, we wait. I think I'm going to have to spin again. Last call for Anami. Thank you for the hearts. I love that. Carrie is blown away. Really? That's a good reading for you, Carrie. I really like that reading for you. Well done, my friend. Well done. Linda is predicting that it is Gary next. Well, Anami, I see her. I see her photo. There she is. Perhaps she had to step away. Yes, Hannah. Up bright and early to represent. Represent. All right, here we go. We're spinning again. My dear friends, if you have found value from this live today, if you have enjoyed it, if you've appreciated or gained any insights, I deeply, heartfeltly welcome and appreciate any donations that you feel called or inspired to offer. Never a requirement, but I love to celebrate shared abundance with you when we do that. Thank you just for your presence, for being here today. It's just such a joy to be able to do these lives with you guys and to hold space for the community to grow more deeply and get more connected to each other and to your hearts. So thank you so much for being here. Hannah, you got called by the wheel. Linda, you were close. Hannah, you are our last reading for the morning, and then we'll be back at 3 p.m. Mountain, my friends. So if you didn't get called on this morning, please feel free to come back this afternoon, or it might be evening for you, or morning, more morning, I don't know, for our folks in the future. Hannah, how can I be of assistance to you today? Thank you, Carrie, for your lovely donation, and Jenny as well. I honor and appreciate the cycle of abundance, and I love to celebrate sharing it. I will promise to share my abundance with others as I do on the lives here. Hannah, how do I move house this week without anxiety? Linda, sorry, Gary, next time. How do I move house this week without anxiety? Interesting question. I love it. Let's see what we have. Guides and counsel of seven, please open me to a message from us that I may be of loving service for all. Thank you so very much. We love you. They're sending a lot of excitement your way, Hannah. And the excitement, oh, they are very excited for you. The underlying essence of this excitement is the perspective of going on an adventure. So if you can take a pause when you're starting to feel anxious, right? And why do we feel anxious when we're doing something like moving? Well, There's a lot of details to manage. It can feel overwhelming. We can begin to worry about what's going to happen, right? But if we can catch ourselves for just a moment and then just let go of all the details and take a moment to pause in that and think, wow, it's going to be so great being in this new place. It feels so exciting. This is truly an adventure. Like, this journey that I'm on is so amazing. Like, I'm going to meet new people. I'm going to learn new places. I'm going to shop at new stores. Yes, it can feel anxious if I worry about, am I going to be able to find all the things that I need and pack everything and get, but oh, wait. There I go again, feeling anxious. Okay, I see. Let's stop for a moment. What's exciting about this move? What am I looking forward to about this move? What am I gonna really appreciate even right now? What's gonna be joyful for me in this move? Right? And then you just tell those stories, Hannah. You just tell those stories. So it is an adventure, truly. And this is something that was shared with me. How long ago now? How long ago is 2008? What are we, 2024? 16 years ago. So as I was beginning to lose everything, I was still doing a lot of spiritual stuff in LA, a lot of different groups and whatnot. And one of them, my favorite, was to go see my friend who channeled Dr. James Peebles, who is the funniest, most loving and wise spirit or being that I'd ever met up to that point, other than Abraham Hicks. But it was just lovely to have a personal person like that. And Dr. Peebles would constantly encourage me, and this was after I lost everything and I was sleeping in my car and I was house hopping from friend to friend, and I really wanted to just get through that experience as gracefully and easefully with as much serenity as I possibly could. And he strongly encouraged me to view it as an adventure. Yeah, there were some days I had no freaking clue where I was going to sleep that night, and there were many days I had no idea where food was coming from. But when he shared that notion of I can view it as an adventure, I realized, similar to what we were talking to Kaz about earlier, where the guide said health is all about perspective. How you go through this move, Anna, is all about perspective. And so you have the choice. That's the beauty of the mind. We have the power of choice. Just because we end up feeling one way or another because of the way we're focusing, we have the power of choice of how we wish to focus. And so if you focus on it being an adventure, and and be easy with this, be graceful with this, be relaxed about it, because you don't you don't want to replace one obsession with another or necessarily, right? I don't even know why I'm saying that. You just want to be easeful and gentle and playful with it, right? Because it can be an adventure for you if you choose it to be. And there will be moments when you forget that it's an adventure, and that's fine. That's normal. There's so many details. It's one of the most stressful things in the world, or in life, is moving, right? And so you'll get caught up in that. Lovingly allow yourself space when you're caught up in it. And when you're caught up in it, then you just pause and you recognize, oh, there I go. I'm caught up in the anxiety again. I'm caught up in the overwhelm. I'm caught up in micromanaging. I'm caught up in worrying about all the different things, the details. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to pause for a moment. I'm going to let all those things be right where they are. If you need to, bundle them all up mentally and stick them in a little box and put them in a side. Do a little quick visualization, a little quick energy journey, if you will. Bundle all those worries and anxieties and just put them in a little box, put it aside, and then just be like, hey, little box, I'll get back to you. I'm going to pause for a moment and focus on like the playful, curious, adventuresome perspective just for a moment. I can just do it for a moment, right? And then what you're doing is you're coming back to your heart, Hannah. You're coming back to your truest and highest guidance. You're coming back to the wisdom in your heart. And when you do that and you return to the box and you bring the box back in front of you and you open it up, then you have increased your capacity to pick and choose what to focus on in that moment, because you're only getting anxious and overwhelmed because you're suddenly trying to focus on maybe too much or maybe something that you don't have answers to in the moment. And that's okay. That's part of life. There's a lot of things we don't have answers to in the moment, right? And similar to the reading that Carrie got, when you're looking for the answer and you're way off in the future, putting the cart before the horse, that's sometimes not where we need to be looking, right? So we come back to the moment, we come back to our heart, we come back to a different perspective of our choice. And then when we open up the box again and we look at the different things, we're like, oh, there's one of the details that I feel capable of managing right now. I'm going to pick one of them out of the box and I'm going to focus just on that. Maybe it's I can pack my dresser. Yeah, you could pack your dresser. But can you pack your dresser? Can you pack your kitchen? Can you pack your living room? Can you pack your office? Can you pack your kids? Can you do all that in the same moment? No, it's impossible. No wonder we feel overwhelmed when we start thinking that way. No wonder we get anxious. We can't do everything in the moment. So when we put everything in that box, drop into our heart, whatever technique you use, you can treat it as an adventure, you can do a love bomb, you can do whatever you want, whatever works for you. Deep breathing, a quick meditation, but you want to get back into your heart, get back into that center, get back into that groundedness, that spacious feeling where you can see it as an adventure, where you can look forward to the move. And then when you reopen that box, find something you can focus on just in this moment and do that. And then you can do one thing at a time, my friend. And eventually, one thing at a time unfolds into everything getting done and the move happening. And next thing you know, you're in the new location. Yeah, I love that for you. Hannah says, I started with nothing this year and I will have everything I need by the end of next week. It's almost overwhelming in a good way, though. Celebrate that, my friend. Celebrate that progress, that difference between the beginning of the year and where you're at now. I'm having to do that lately. I don't know where I'm going to live in October. I made a deal with my buddy that I would stay here through like 3 months. I don't know where I'm living in October. That's a detail that I don't know today. But what do I do know today? I have 2 live streams. That is something that I can manage. So yeah, wonderful. You're welcome, Hannah. I love that for you. Stephanie, thank you, Greg. I didn't need to be on the wheel. I just needed to be here. We just absorb it, right? Sometimes the guidance that we seek is through somebody else's question. And I love that synchronicity. I love the serendipity of it. I mean, that is evidence of a generous, loving, and supportive universe when we have a question in our heart, or we didn't even know we had a question. Sometimes we don't even know we had a question, and then somebody else asks it, and we're like, that's my question. And then they get a reading and an answer. Or maybe somebody asks a question that's not our question, but the answer is the answer to the question that we have. I just love that. That just shows how connected we are and how loving and generous and supportive the universe is when it comes to our own heart wisdom. So Hannah says 6 months has been like 6 years in experiences. Wow, you are going through a major adventure, a huge shift and journey. I love this for you. That is super, super awesome, Hannah. I love the connection of this group too, Hannah. Thank you for saying that. Let's see what else you guys said. It is an adventure. Ooh, nice perspective. Gary says, Greg and I always go on a pretty wild journey, and I know you've joined us most of them. Yes. Hannah is looking forward to having a permanent space to call home. It's been a journey to get to this point. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to a space to call home, my own as well. I'm really looking forward to that too. And I'm looking forward to that for you too. Linda is happy for Hannah. I love that. Inga is happy for Hannah. Carrie, power of choice perception is not the same as what you see. Yes, indeed. Gwen, I'm feeling so much adventurous energy that I want to move now. Yeah, Gwen, that's awesome. I love that. Stephanie says, when you feel it, you feel it. Thank you, Hannah. I love that. Yep, you already said that. Yes, Hannah, feels for me the same in my health journey. Oh, Inga, that's great. All right, my friends. Looks like it's about lunchtime for yours truly. Thank you so much again for being here. So much love and appreciation for all of you. And there's so much love for all of you from Source, from the universe, from the divine. All of your guides are surrounding you like a warm blanket, providing love and support. And it is as simple as us asking, as simple as us asking. My guides in the council would love to remind you that no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what your eyes see, you are always safe, secure, and deeply, deeply loved. I don't have the words to describe what it feels like when all that love comes through when I first tap in, but it's truly amazing. And thank you for being the recipients of that. Thank you for being the cultivators of it. Thank you for being the manifestors of all that love, because it is our birthright. It is who we are. And I love that you're here to help hold and create that space for all of us, myself included. Hannah says, thank you, Greg, and everyone. This community means a lot to me. Oh, Hannah, have you been approved yet for your teachership? Well, how's the status on that? Andrea says, I've learned a lot and got a lot of inspiration. Thank you, Greg, and everyone in the group. You're welcome, Andrea. All right, my friends, I'm going to log off for now. I will see anybody who wants to be here this afternoon at 3 p.m. You have 2 tracks. Fantastic, Hannah. Is this your teacher profile? Yes, it is. Oh, my friends, Hannah is a brand new teacher. Please go follow her, support her, check out her stuff. Tasmanian independent solo musician, mostly improvised music on the piano, and singer-songwriter. Very cool, Hannah. I'm so excited for you. Welcome to teachership. Welcome to teachership. Rookie teacher, rookie, a newbie. We're all newbies at something, my friends. Kaz, this has been a lovely experience. I hope you see one of your lives again. Yes, indeed. I hope to see you again as well. All right, my friends. See you soon, either at one of my lives or somebody else's. Have a beautiful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. I'll see any of you who are going to be here at 3, and have a good couple hours. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.